What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Demon Souls. Having played Dark Souls 1, 2 and 3 back to back over the course of the last 6 months on this channel, today we are here to play through the game that started it all. A game that redefined melee combat in third-person video games. A game whose influence we can still feel to this day, and a game near and dear to my heart. This is Demon Souls. And this is the Souls game that clicked for me where Dark Souls didn't, at least not at first. Mostly because I cheesed the entire game with magic. But I mean, if it works, it works. I won't be doing that today, just to throw that out there. But otherwise, this is a fantastic video game. Without Demon Souls, there would be no Dark Souls. Without Dark Souls, it's hard to say what the gaming landscape would look like today. This game very much laid the groundwork and the foundation for the rest of the series. And has the series changed much since Demons? Not really. Not at its core. The gameplay loop is very much the same. And what does that say? Well, to me it says they got so much right in Demon Souls out of the gate. And it's really impressive. That's not to say this game is perfect. It's certainly janky. It's a bit unrefined. It's a bit unpolished. In some areas, it's overly ambitious. There are some very, very obtuse mechanics that are poorly explained. The balance is all off. Magic is obscenely overpowered. The upgrade path system is very, very convoluted. World tendency is never explained to the player. But with all that being said, this game still remains one of my favorite ever video games to this day, and we are going to jump in and start a new character and play through the entirety of the OG Demon Souls. I should clarify something though before we begin. This isn't quite OG Demon Souls. I'm using an emulator, and what that means is I am running the game natively at 1440p. I am using a 60 FPS patch. So if you're thinking this looks a lot better than I remember it looking, well, you're not wrong. It does look a lot better. And honestly, having played through a little bit just to test the waters with the emulation, you really notice the finer details at this resolution. It's quite a treat for the eyes, guys, honestly. Otherwise, I had considered using my PlayStation 3 and a capture card to get footage that way, but this is just way easier on my end. I can do everything on my computer as I would normally, and it's going to look nicer in the process. Sure, there will be some very minor visual bugs. Maybe. They're very few and far between, and maybe some audio issues, but again, very, very minor. And on the whole, I think this will lend itself to a better playthrough. It will be looking good at 1440p, so I should say watch the video at 1440p if you can, because this game do be looking good. Yes, it looks rather dated, but even still, like I was saying, you really appreciate the finer details that perhaps are a bit lost on the PlayStation 3. Right, we are going to make a faith build. We are going to use the blessed path because this is something that's kind of unique to Demon Souls. You can make a very viable HP regen build. You can stack a number of items to get very, very good health regen. And although that's not exclusive to Demon Souls, it's perhaps the only game in which it's not only viable, but it's actually really, really strong. So that's what we're going to do. This is Henry. I'm not messing around with character creation much because the character creation in this game sucks. The hairstyles are hideous, so we are going bold. This is definitely something they have improved upon over the course of the series. Anyway, this is Henry. Let's go, Demon Souls. Oh, dude, I'm so excited to be playing through this again. So much nostalgia for Demon Souls, and often overlooked compared to Dark Souls.
That is, until the colorless deep fog swept across the land.
But you have to consider that Demon Souls kind of did everything Dark Souls did. Dark Souls was more of a hit for From Software, and I think, like, obviously multi-platform helps with that, but also the world design of Dark Souls is immaculate. It's amazing, and you don't get that here. You get a number of self-contained zones. But I kind of like that about Demon Souls, because it allows for more varied and distinct level design, because they didn't have to consider how are we going to have this decrepit swamp level but make sure that it's placed in a way that makes sense, you know, in regards to this other level, like Castle Boletaria, for example. They don't necessarily have to worry about that, so what that means is the level design is pretty distinct, and From Software definitely experimented a lot with this game. A number of the boss fights are, I guess, what you'd call nowadays a gimmick fight. Some work, some don't work so good, but on the whole, you could tell that their creative juices were firing on all cylinders, and this game was the first of its kind, and really paved the way for Souls-likes and similar games to come, and kind of popularized challenging games again, man. There was a whole lot of hand-holding in games around about the time of this release. There still is, but this game kind of garnered a reputation just for how hard it is. And nowadays we see a lot more games embracing being challenging and appealing to that kind of audience that do desire those tougher experiences. And I would say Demon's Souls is responsible for that. It all comes back to Demon's Souls. Yes, you could argue Kingsfield, sure, but I mean, this was the first third-person action RPG developed by From Software. And like I said, it often gets overlooked compared to Dark Souls, dude. Without Demon's Souls, there would be no Dark Souls. Oh yeah, I can't believe we're getting a remake. We're going to have to talk quite a bit about that, because there's a lot that they could do and a lot that they maybe won't do. It's a really tough call with the remake, dude, because there's a lot of room for improvement, but the more you change things, the less Demon's Souls it is. You're going to upset people either way, really. Have the demons found a new slave? We are going to play the tutorial because this is actually a unique area that you otherwise can't access. If you are playing Demons for the first time, you will be forced through this, but on repeat playthroughs you can choose to skip it. I would always go through the tutorial because you get a number of goodies that will help you out. You get some early upgrade materials, you can kill the Vanguard for an extra boss soul, and you get a unique cutscene with the Dragon God if you manage to do that. That's really, really cool. And there's something about this area, man. It's quirky and unique. I like it. So we are going to do the tutorial. Tell you what, another perk of emulation is that the load times are non-existent. They are so bad on the original PlayStation 3, man. Like, incredibly bad.
I shall guide you.
There's some kind of weird blur artifact during this cutscene. That's definitely an emulation issue. But that may very well be the only visual glitch we experienced today. I had heard this game was like not in a great way for emulation, but my experience has been pretty remarkable. Like, I'm very, very impressed. Right, let's go. First thing to do, remove all the armor because we don't want to be fat rolling. Look at that view though, dude. I still think this game looks great. It really does. Armor's kind of useless in this game. There's no poise. There is hyper armor on certain weapon types. Maybe even the weapon I'm using right now. But otherwise, you want to just be able to fast roll. Defense is kind of not really worth worrying about so much. The way this game is balanced, a lot of things will just one or two shot you anyway. That being said, I don't think this game is that hard. It's a tough call though. I just think the balance is a bit off in some areas. Some enemies just do obscene amounts of damage. Some runbacks to bosses are absolutely ridiculous. But a lot of bosses are really, really easy. It's just that it's an odd mix, really. Some stuff's really hard, some stuff's really easy, and there's no real rhyme or reason, at least in my opinion. Or the balance, or like the difficulty curve's just a bit weird. Maybe. Yeah, we are dropping some frames, but it's still leagues above the original PlayStation 3 version. Slapped though. Basically, the roadmap for this playthrough is to do the tutorial, do 1-1 next episode. Otherwise, this will be too long an episode. And then we're going to do a suicide run for the Blessed Mace in 5-1. And that is going to be the weapon that we stick with throughout the course of this playthrough. I still think this game looks good, man. Look at it. Sure, it's a bit janky looking, and it looks dated still. At 1440p, it still looks dated. But art design, man, art direction. From Software know what they're doing. They can invoke an atmosphere. An atmosphere is one of Demon's Souls' strongest elements, dude. And I don't think they've topped it since. There's something about the atmosphere in Demon's Souls that they just have never managed to recapture. And I know all of these games are, you know, dark fantasy games, right? But there's something about Demon's Souls that just feels more grounded in realism. It feels really gritty and palpable and oppressive, and I just love it. I love it, man. Wait till 3-1 Latria or 5-1 Valley of Defilement. Some of the most horrifying, in a good way, levels in the entire series. Seriously. I think Latria 3-1 might be one of my favorite levels in the entire series, dude. It's that good. It's so fucking creepy, dude. Right, warp to new area. Hold on, let's have a quick look around. I just want to appreciate... I look very cross-eyed. Yeah, I mean, it looks aged, but From Software art direction is still top-notch. I can still get fully immersed in a game like this, and the world... And that's a testament to how good this game is. Those load times, though. No faffing around. As you might expect from a tutorial, the game is just teaching us the basics. And I forget there's a weird push mechanic. This was before the kick was implemented, and the push is kind of like... I've never really found a practical use for it, and I do it accidentally more often than not. So, I wonder if that will return in the remake. I don't want to talk too much about the remake, because I already made a video on that. You can check that out in the description if you're interested. I released that not long after the announcement and just talked about some changes I might want to see, some things that could be, you know, polished a bit more or ironed out. And there is a lot, dude. There's a lot of jank in this game, but it kind of adds to the charm of Demon's Souls. Parried. Kind of adds to the charm of it. You know, it's busted in its own unique way. Magic is fucking overpowered and broken. Upgrade system is a joke. But it's Demon's Souls, man. And that's why it's like, what are they going to change, if anything? Because there's room for improvement, but the more you change things, the less Demon's Souls it is. I think they'll do 2 game modes, man. I think that's the best compromise. Have one game mode that will appeal to the purist, that doesn't change a damn thing, even if a whole bunch of stuff is just out of whack and unbalanced. And then another game mode where they actually fine-tune some stuff and fix things. The best of both worlds, really. I do like this area. It's cool. Even though there's not much to it, but obviously it's a tutorial, so it's just teaching you the basics. I believe in this game, archers don't actually swap to another weapon when you approach them. That was a Dark Souls 1 thing. So that's always quite funny when they keep trying to shoot you when you're stood in their face. Where am I going? Oh, here. What are they cooking? Or smelting? Or what are they doing? Who knows? I think, yeah, everything in this game is just a little bit less refined than the sequels. As you'd expect, right? Because this was the first of its kind, but animations are not great. Some things just look jank. Enemy and boss movesets are really, really simple. Especially coming from Dark Souls 3. I just wrapped a full Dark Souls 3 all bosses killed playthrough. You come back to Demon's Souls and, you know, Dark Souls 3 conditions you to expect like 8 different combos, a grab attack, an AoE, and bosses with 3 phases. And then you get Demon's Souls and it's like a lot of these bosses or enemies have like 2 or 3 or 4 attacks and they're not overly complicated. But it's quite charming even still, man, to see how far they've come. But how much has stayed the same at the same time? Really, they've just kind of built on the formula that was laid out in this game. And what does that say about Demon's Souls? That says that this game was fucking dope, is fucking dope. Right, basically we just want to spank this guy in the arse repeatedly. And that'll do it. He does a lot of damage if he hits you, but I'm not counting on it. It's very, very simple. If you've played any modern From Software game, you should have no issue putting this guy down. Nice butt slam, dude. You got any other moves? This is very much proto-Asylum Demon. But it's cool, dude. It's cool. I do like his design. I love the OST for this game as well. It's quite unique. It's not like the other Souls games. It seems to rely a lot more on brass instruments than the others, which makes it quite distinct. Something about it. And it's quite minimalistic as well, dude. A lot of the tracks are kind of... There's not a whole lot going on. But it's very Demon Souls, dude. This game is just... it's unique in its own weird way. It was very, very ambitious. With a world tendency. And just a number of things. And, you know, the first iteration of the co-op and invasion system. Just insane. What an ambitious game. We got him! Fatty destroyed. So we get a soul. If you don't manage to kill him, you will get sent to the Nexus. You are forced to die to go to the Nexus. You all know this, but if you kill him early, you get a nice little boost of souls, and then you get to go to this unique area where you get a sneak peek at Dragon God early on. He's going to punch you, so you will die. You do have to die to go to the Nexus, which is your hub. But if you manage to do that, you get some goodies, you get some early upgrade materials. We can use those to upgrade our weapon to make 1-1 a little bit easier, if we desire to. If we so desire. Fuck me. Look at him though, he's pissed, bro. Dragon God is just the epitome of wasted potential. What a cool design. What a fucking cool design. What a joke of a boss fight, dude. All of the, what are they called? The, not the old ones. I can't remember. The archdemons, right? They're the big bads that you need to kill to finish Demon Souls. They all have some kind of gimmick, and I kind of appreciate the creativity and the variety. The boss fights are very, very varied in this game. But they don't always work, and Dragon God in particular might be one of the worst fights in the entire game, if you ask me. It's just not that good, dude. It has some kind of stealth bullshit, and these games are not really built for that, so it just kind of feels a bit whack. And then you shoot him with 2 ballistas, and then you smack him in the chin, and it's over. And it's disappointing, especially considering how much he was featured in, like, especially considering how much he was featured in promo material and his presence in the title cutscene. What do you call it? The cutscene that rolls on the start menu when you've been idle for a certain amount of time. I don't even remember the name. The demo reel? Was that what it's called? Fuck knows. He do be looking angry though. He's got that fist ready to fist us. Kit Fisto. He's gonna punch me. Oh. Dragon Punch. You died, however the Nexus traps you. You shall remain in this world as a soul forever. A lot of the phrasing in this game is fucking weird, dude. It's so weird. You have revived to human. You defeated. Maiden in black, bro. I'm a simp for the maiden. She's like my favorite NPC. Emerald Herald does not even compare.
Strength be granted, so the world might be mended.
So the world might be mended.
So the world might be mended.
I think the Nexus might be my favorite hub as well, dude. It's just got so much character. Majula close second. I think Dark Souls 3 Firelink Shrine might be the worst. It's just really bland. I don't know. Thou canst not exit the Nexus. You have died and the Nexus has trapped your soul. You cannot escape the Nexus. You cannot. However, by capturing demon souls, you can recapture your physical body. Yeah, we don't want that. We are definitely going to be routinely killing ourselves to avoid being human, to avoid pure Black World tendency, or making the game any harder. Right, what do we do now? We don't really have time to do 1-1, so maybe we'll just look around a tiny bit. Talk to the Crestfallen Warrior, his debut.
You slipped through the fissure too, did you? You came for demon souls? Or to save this land and be remembered as a hero?
Ominous.
Hunting for demons? Try one of the archstones. Now go. That is why you came, is it not?
I am here to slay demons, and that is all I need to know. Bring, bang, bang, bang. Bring, ding. Oh, it does look good, man. Does look good. Bah. Stockpile Thomas. Great NPCs in this game, dude. Great. So much personality.
Thomas. When the scourge came,
Do you mind if I just rest my halberd on the side of your neck, bro? Is that okay? He doesn't mind.
the Nexus.
Your head is prime for the chopping. Stockpile Thomas, your daughter's dead, but you don't know that yet.
But I would be worthless in battle.
You would. Item burden, man, I forgot. What a pointless system. Really rather annoying. Excess baggage. I know it's realistic, but... I mean, yeah, there's an argument for... Realism can just ruin some games, dude. I don't think this game needed an item burden system at all. And it's really rather annoying, especially if you're not on top of what you've accumulated. But again, if you are, then it's nothing to worry about. It's just an inconvenience because you have to keep going to Stockpile Thomas to just drop off a bunch of crap. So, doesn't add anything. I wonder what they'll do about that in the remake, if anything. Anyway, I think that's about time we say goodbye. I've had a chance to speak about Demon Souls, what it means to me, what it did for gaming. And yeah, not the longest start to the series, but I'm feeling good. And hopefully a lot of you guys will stick around for the whole thing. It's not going to be the longest series. This isn't the longest game. But it's going to be a good series nonetheless. We're going to do every boss, every zone. I'm going to explore thoroughly. Maybe I'll show off some of the World Tendency events. Might need to consider that. I won't be duping. I need to mention that. I would normally dupe if I was just running through the game for fun. I'm going to do a legit playthrough to just, you know, play through the game as it was intended, right? It is fun to dupe the living crap out of everything and cheese the game, but that's not why we're here. This is going to be a legit playthrough, and it's going to be a fun time. Anyway, I just want to say thank you for watching. I hope to see you in part 2, which will be out very, very soon. And until then, you know what to do. Bang your head, and I will see you there. Goodbye.